You're watching The Final Takeaway. We're here to inform, educate, engage, and empower you on trending events and issues about Guyana and neighboring regions. Subscribe for free and join our fast-growing subscribers network. We're back for more on the border dispute between Venezuela and Guyana. The situation continues to escalate following Venezuela's incursion into Guyana 2 weekends ago. On March the 1st, a Navy ship belonging to the Bolivarian Army of Venezuela illegally entered territorial waters controlled by Guyana. The brazen act put Guyana on defense, forcing the country to deploy air and naval assets, according to reports. During a recent televised appearance, Venezuela's president, Nicolas Maduro, accused Guyana of trying to provoke military conflict with Venezuela. Here's what he said, quote, "The government of Guyana has adopted a war plan against Venezuela. They believe that they will do well." The Bolivarian president had also accused Guyana of seeking military help from Western allies, including the United States. That's perhaps why he's saying that Guyana believes that it will do well if it peddles lies to cause a war. The United States continuously affirms its commitment to helping Guyana defend itself from a potential Venezuelan invasion. Russia is believed to be one of Venezuela's strongest allies, and perhaps Maduro thinks they will do well in an armed conflict against Guyana. But Maduro didn't stop at accusing the Guyana government of plotting war against his country. He also called Guyana's president the, quote, Zelensky of the Caribbean. Maduro later doubled down, saying that Ali is, quote, a true Zelensky. Maduro is referring to Ukraine's president, Vladimir Zelensky, whom he accuses of instigating the Russian-Ukraine war. Venezuelans' illegal incursion into Guyana on March the 1st, 2025, triggered outcry and condemnation from Guyana, Caribbean countries, the United States, the United Kingdom, France, and other Guyanese allies. In fact, the U.S., one of Guyana's strongest allies, issued a strong statement on the incursion, warning Maduro there would be consequences if he engages in further acts to provoke the border dispute between the two South American nations. In a statement, Venezuela's foreign ministry accused Guyana's president of telling, quote, baseless and blatant lies about the incident. This is even despite video footage, reportedly of the Navy vessel approaching oil assets belonging to ExxonMobil near the Stabroek block. The Venezuelan foreign ministry followed up with a statement saying, quote, Venezuela categorically repudiates the unsubstantiated statements of the president of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana, Irfaan, who blatantly lies in asserting that units of the Bolivarian Navy of Venezuela are violating the maritime territory of Guyana. I know that sounds like a lot of fancy words. Basically, it's saying it's a big old fat lie. Many are not surprised as Venezuela continues with gaslighting tactics, which may include false statements to defend actions that violate international law. Venezuela could face sanctions for illegally entering into Guyanese waters. 2 weeks before that, the Maduro regime accused Guyana of spreading fake news after 6 Guyana Defense Force soldiers were reportedly attacked, allegedly by armed gang members attached to the highly feared La Sindicato gang. This is despite reports out of Venezuela claiming the alleged armed attackers were receiving medical treatment in Venezuela. At least 3 of them reportedly passed away. But let's get back to Maduro's current rants about the unfounded accusations that Guyana is intentionally trying to start a war. Everyone knows Guyana does not have the military asset to go to war with any country with just about 4,000 soldiers. Guyana cannot afford a war. Venezuela's army has over 300,000 troops, and that's in addition to its civil military group and Maduro's special personal army. Instead of backing off and issuing an apology for the country's illegal incursion, Maduro doubled down and defended Venezuela's illegal entry into Guyanese waters. He stated that Essequibo is a Venezuelan territory acquired in 1777, and that Guyana is disregarding international law by allowing oil exploration to go on in territorial seas Venezuela has rights to. Furthermore, Venezuela says it's prepared to defend itself using all available diplomatic, military, police, and civil assets. Venezuelan troops are currently present at the country's eastern border near Essequibo, Guyana. According to the Bolivarian Foreign Ministry, quote, in the face of the threats of conflict launched by the Caribbean Zelensky, Venezuela denounces this aggression and ratifies that it will deploy its Bolivarian diplomacy firmly in defense of peace, the sovereignty and dignity of its people. And again, the Caribbean Zelensky is referring to the president of Guyana, Irfaan, okay? The territorial sea in question is connected to the western border of the Essequibo region, which is next to Venezuela's eastern border. You may be aware that Guyana granted licenses for major oil companies from the US, China, and elsewhere to extract crude oil from within the country's exclusive economic zone. The US oil giant ExxonMobil is the largest oil producer there, with a license to the Stabroek and Kenji oil blocks. Exxon's recoverable oil assets are in the billions of dollars, but Guyana gets a small percentage in royalty. Allowing oil exploration without Venezuela's permission in undelimited waters, according to Venezuela, is what Maduro is calling an illegal and abusive act that can trigger an armed conflict between the two countries. According to Maduro, oil drilling in Guyana and specifically ExxonMobil's presence in waters near Venezuela is outrightly illegal. Here's what he said, quote, this is absolutely illegal. We reject and condemn this, and we will take all steps to stop the illegal activities of the Guyanese government with ExxonMobil. It is believed Maduro's fixation on ExxonMobil is far more about trying to cause problems with the United States. Do you think it's Venezuela's way to provoke a military response from the US using Guyana as the scapegoat? Let me know in the comment section below. But let's back up a bit. Didn't Venezuela's president say the water boundaries of that area have to be drawn out? So, if the territorial sea has not yet been properly divided for the benefit of Guyana and Venezuela, how does Maduro know that Guyana is extracting oil from areas his country has rights to? Okay, we've got some homework. In 2023, Venezuela issued a warning to oil companies in Guyana telling them to immediately cease oil drilling offshore Guyana. Guys, there is far more to these latest incidents than meets the eye. Subscribe to stay connected and get updates the minute we post a new video. Also, check out our other videos to learn more about the border dispute. Let's meet again soon, right here on The Final Takeaway.